Have you ever wondered, how the hell did I end up in an abusive relationship? You're not alone. I was there too. And what I would say to you is, I was a broken mess with PTSD, and now I'm thriving. Literally, I am thriving. And it all came down to knowing one thing. And I want to share what that one thing is, because I want all women to thrive after coming out of an abusive relationship. So what do I know? So I obviously I'm a survivor and I'm a thriver, and I have done a hell of a lot of research, and I've networked with women all over the globe. I have been on live podcasts over in the US as well as the UK. I I'm mentoring actually women all over the world, as well as collating all of this evidence and this research of why women have ended up in this situation and what makes someone abusive, right? And what I found, it all comes down to one thing, and that one thing is self-worth. So how does self-worth correlate to being in an abusive relationship? Now, the easiest way for me to explain this is probably through a story. So let me just tell you a story. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, we've got a fictitious character called Sandra, right? So Sandra's here. She loves herself, but not fully. She doesn't fully love herself. That's the key here. And she has always had this belief that being in a relationship will bring her happiness. Okay? And there's this guy here, there's this man that comes, he's walking along on this side of the road, and he's interested in Sandra. He's shown her that he's interested. And Sandra, she's not getting what she needs from him. She's not getting what she needs. However, seems like a nice guy though. However, on the other side of the road, there's a guy who will do anything. You'll do anything in the world for Sandra. He's going to organize dates with these posh cars, flowers, roses, all like chocolates, like fancy dinners, whatever she wants. He's going to call her every night. He's going to give her everything she needs. Everything she needs. And that's the problem. So Sandra has just fallen into the trap of going into an abusive man's or abusive person's arms. Literally. Because the difference is whether you want love or whether you need love. Do you need it or do you want it? It's okay to want it. That's healthy. That's normal. We all long for love, right? But when you need it, that's different. Because what the problem is here is when you need love, like Sandra, she needed to rely on someone else for love. When you're relying on someone else, there becomes a codependency. So you're then depending on that person for love. And then when you start depending on someone, what have you done? You've given your power away. You've given your power away to that person. So then when that power and control balance just completely becomes imbalanced, when someone has majority, not all, eventually it gets to all, but when they have the majority of the power and control in the relationship, that is when abuse starts happening. That is when manipulation, the mind games, the love bombing, the gaslighting, that is when all of that stuff starts happening, because we've given our power away, because we didn't love ourselves enough. So we were relying on someone else. So what Sandra did was she crossed the road because she craved love and attention. What she didn't realize was the man that was on this side of the road was not abusive. He was actually a healthy man. And he would have loved Sandra, but she couldn't see it because she needed love. However, if she didn't need it, and if she would have been nice to have it, she would have then been attracted to this man here who was healthy. Does that make sense? So ultimately, when you love yourself enough, you won't ever end up in this situation, because you can choose whether you want it or need it. When you need it, you crave it, you get caught in the trap of being love bombed, and before you know it, it's too late because you're too deep into this relationship. Not too late in the sense that you can't leave, but too late in the sense that they've already done a lot of damage to us with fogging our mind and our judgments and knocking our confidence and all of that stuff, right? So how can you end up in a situation where you fully love yourself and you know your worth, so you don't end up crossing that road? How do you end up being there? Well, ultimately, there's three things. And those three things is, the first one, you have to decide. You have to make a decision right now that you are enough, that you deserve to be loved, and you will never be abused again. You have to make that decision, because unless you make that decision, nothing's going to happen. So once you've made that decision, then that's when you've got to start learning about yourself, because worth comes hand in hand with the more you know about you. So what's your strengths, what your weaknesses, what takes away from your confidence, what gives you confidence, what's your natural pace, all of this stuff, you've got to know that, right? Because that's where worth comes from. And then the last step is you've got to take uncomfortable action, because in order to get worth, you've got to start believing in yourself, and starting to believe in yourself comes with confidence. So in order to get that confidence, we got to start doing uncomfortable action. So to get this worth, you're going to make the decision, right? You've got to start getting to know yourself, and then you've got to follow through with uncomfortable action. Okay, so that is how we get there. Now, what I would say is that the rest of this, I'll explain all about how to follow through with those 3 steps in my next video. So I don't want you to miss out. So what I need you to do is click on the subscribe button right now, so you don't miss out on next week's video. And then what I need you to do is, I have my Instagram page and also my Facebook page, which are both called Connecting Women Together with a number 2, which you can see on the screen right now. And follow me on Instagram, follow me on my Facebook group, and I would love to connect with you to see if there's any way that I can help you personally. And here's something that you can just do right now. Just tell yourself 3 amazing things right now in the mirror. Go tell yourself 3 amazing things about yourself right now that you deserve to hear. That's what you can do for yourself right now. Okay, so keep smiling at the person in the mirror. If you have been affected by anything, please do check out the telephone numbers. All the contact details are in the description below. And I am here. You are not alone. I am here. So keep smiling, keep believing in yourself, and thank you for watching.